welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into what might be the most explosive royal scandal in years, one that's sending shockwaves through Montecito, Hollywood, and Buckingham Palace. Confidential hospital records allegedly from a trusted private facility have been leaked, revealing shocking details about Archie and Lilibet Sussex that Meghan and Harry have desperately tried to keep hidden from the world. And trust me, what these documents reportedly contain is absolutely devastating to the carefully constructed image the Sussexes have spent years building. Now I know you guys are excited for more, but before we delve into further discussion, if you haven't subscribed, come on guys, what are you waiting for? Hit like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell ASAP. So now, let me be clear right from the start. We're not talking about some minor royal gossip or tabloid fabrication. These leaked medical documents reportedly confirm that Archie has been assessed for developmental conditions, sparking intense speculation about autism, while simultaneously casting doubt on other long-guarded identity details the couple has never publicly addressed. This is the kind of information that could completely rewrite the Sussex narrative as we know it. What makes this leak so particularly damaging isn't just the content. It's the stark contrast between the raw, unfiltered reality these documents allegedly reveal and the meticulously curated public image Meghan and Harry have presented to the world. From the moment they welcomed Archie, the Sussexes implemented unprecedented levels of secrecy, refusing to release unstaged photos, imposing media blacklists, and shrouding even basic details in mystery. Every move screamed image management. This hospital leak is the first time that carefully constructed facade has been completely bypassed, and it's clearly sent them into absolute panic mode. Think about the position this puts Harry in particularly. This is a man who has built his entire post-royal brand around mental health awareness, emotional honesty, and speaking your truth. Yet when faced with this leak, what did he do? He vanished from view, offering only a terse no comment through a spokesperson. For someone who constantly preaches about ending stigma and embracing vulnerability, his silence in this moment lands like a betrayal to the very causes he claims to champion. But it gets worse. In their desperate scramble to kill the story, Meghan's legal team reportedly began issuing takedown requests to online publications, some of which included precise timestamps and descriptions from the alleged hospital files. Legal experts point out that this approach inadvertently gives weight to the authenticity of the leak. If the documents were fake, you'd simply deny it outright. When you're frantically trying to scrub specific details from the internet, people naturally assume those details are real. Royal commentators have seized on one particularly damning element in the leaked Lilibet records, an alleged mismatch in birth-related data. While the Sussexes have given a polished, emotional account of Lilibet's birth for years, the leaked documentation reportedly shows a completely different sequence of events, raising serious questions about location, timing, and even the attending medical staff. For a couple already facing accusations of curating reality, this fuels the perception of deliberate dishonesty on a whole new level. What we're witnessing isn't just one embarrassing leak, it's a complete collapse in trust. The Sussexes' loyal online supporters are scrambling to spin this as a simple invasion of privacy, but neutral observers see it differently. This looks like the inevitable consequence of years of withholding information, stage managing every detail, and attacking critics instead of answering legitimate questions. In the court of public opinion, once people believe you've been hiding the truth about something this fundamental, everything you've ever said starts to look suspicious. Perhaps the most telling reaction has come from Buckingham Palace, or rather, the complete lack of any reaction at all. For years, royal aides would step in to downplay or dismiss damaging stories about the Sussexes, even after the couple's bitter exit. This time, absolute silence. No sources close to the palace denying involvement. No clarification statements. That silence, in royal PR terms, is essentially a smirk, a nonverbal, "we warned you," that suggests the Sussexes' bridges to the monarchy are now burned beyond repair. The fallout isn't limited to royal circles either. Behind the closed doors of Hollywood boardrooms, Meghan's media allies reportedly aren't rushing to her defense. They're reevaluating their contracts. Multiple industry insiders have hinted that major streaming partners are growing concerned about Meghan's tabloid magnetism. They're starting to see her less as a glamorous star and more as a PR liability whose name guarantees controversy, the wrong kind of controversy. Netflix executives don't like unpredictability, and this leak has apparently made the Sussex brand radioactive for family-friendly markets. Polling data in the UK shows a double-digit drop in favorability for both Harry and Meghan in just 1 week since the leak hit headlines. Even in the US, where they once enjoyed near celebrity immunity, the sympathy is thinning rapidly. Comment sections once filled with defensive, leave them alone messages are now packed with posts questioning why two self-proclaimed advocates for openness would hide much about their own children. What's made this leak particularly combustible is the reaction from the autism advocacy community. Activists are openly asking why the Sussexes, who constantly speak about mental health struggles and reducing stigma, would conceal rather than normalize a possible autism diagnosis for Archie. Some see it as a missed opportunity for awareness, others as outright hypocrisy. For Meghan, whose public image rests on being relatable and empathetic, this is a brutal narrative reversal that strikes at the very heart of her carefully crafted persona. This scandal is more than just a fight over privacy, it's a reckoning with credibility. For years, Meghan and Harry have painted themselves as victims of an intrusive, manipulative media machine. But this leak exposes a glaring contradiction in that narrative. When the truth is inconvenient, they seem to run from it rather than confront it with the transparency they demand from others. We're seeing the Streisand effect in full force here. Their aggressive legal push to scrub the story has had the opposite effect. Each takedown notice has acted as a spotlight, sending the leaked details bouncing across forums, podcasts, and foreign language outlets they can't touch. Even casual observers who might have ignored the original leak are now clicking, reading, and forming opinions about the Sussexes' authenticity. Sources close to the couple describe a tense atmosphere inside the Montecito compound. Harry is reportedly frustrated with how Meghan's confrontational media tactics are escalating the backlash, while Meghan allegedly believes any soft approach will be taken as weakness and is insisting on an all-out legal and media offensive. This dynamic has apparently deepened private tensions, with some friends quietly predicting the couple's public brand won't survive another year of this kind of scrutiny. The unanswered questions hanging over them are devastating. Why does the timeline of Lilibet's birth not match their public account? Why has Archie's developmental journey been kept entirely hidden, even while they advocate for children's mental health? And perhaps most damning, if this leak is false, why is there no simple, categorical denial from their camp? The Sussexes built their post-royal empire on one fundamental premise, the belief that they could tell their truth better than anyone else. But this hospital leak has forced the world to ask a darker question. Whose truth have we been hearing all along? And if it was a performance, how much of the Sussex story has been real and how much has been calculated fiction? In the court of public opinion, perception is reality. And right now, reality is looking dangerously ugly for Harry and Meghan. The gates of Montecito may be tall, but they can't block the sound of panic inside their lavish estate. Phones are buzzing, emails are flying, and reputations are collapsing in real time. What began as a hospital leak scandal has now spiraled into a multi-front crisis that's shaking the Sussex brand to its core. Sources close to the couple describe the atmosphere as combustible. Meghan is reportedly working the phones with her most loyal media contacts, demanding corrective coverage and offering exclusive scoops in exchange for burying the hospital leak story. But here's the thing. In Hollywood and in newsrooms, the mood has shifted dramatically. Journalists aren't chasing her curated stories anymore. They're chasing the truth she's desperate to hide. Those glossy partnerships with streaming platforms, luxury brands, and corporate sponsors. According to industry insiders, at least 2 of them have already placed their projects with the Sussexes under review. One executive reportedly called Meghan a PR hurricane you can't steer. Corporate speak for she's about to cost us money. What seems to be catching the Sussexes off guard isn't just the press reaction, it's the response from advocacy groups. Autism organizations are doubling down on calls for openness, while child welfare advocates are questioning whether the couple's obsession with secrecy is actively harming the very causes they claim to champion. In this climate, their continued silence isn't just suspicious, it's increasingly being viewed as damning. Behind the scenes, Harry's frustration is reportedly boiling over. Friends say he's urging Meghan to step back, let the legal team work quietly, and avoid further inflaming the story. But Meghan, true to form, is apparently pushing for a counterattack. A tell-all interview, a dramatic public statement, something to seize the narrative back. The result is tension so high that even their closest allies can feel the strain. The real tragedy here, if the reports about Archie are true, is that they've missed an incredible opportunity to destigmatize developmental differences. Imagine the good they could have done by being open, honest, and vulnerable about their journey as parents. They could have been champions for millions of families navigating similar challenges. Instead, they've apparently chosen secrecy, denial, and legal threats, reinforcing the very stigma they claim to fight against in their public advocacy. This leak has also reignited questions about the couple's authenticity across the board. If they've been less than forthcoming about their children, what else have they manipulated? The bombshell Oprah interview? The Netflix documentary? The countless sources close to the couple who mysteriously echo their exact talking points in friendly media outlets? Suddenly, every Sussex narrative is being re-examined through a more skeptical lens. For Netflix and Spotify executives who invested millions in the Sussex brand, this credibility crisis couldn't come at a worse time. Content built around personal storytelling only works when audiences believe the storytellers. Once that trust is broken, the entire value proposition collapses. Industry analysts are already predicting that future Sussex projects will face much tougher scrutiny, both in terms of fact-checking and audience reception. Royal experts note that this scandal represents something the couple has managed to avoid until now: accountability. Living in their Montecito bubble, surrounded by carefully vetted staff and friendly media, they've largely escaped the kind of rigorous fact-checking that might have prevented this crisis. Now, with medical records allegedly contradicting their public statements, that protective bubble has burst spectacularly. What do you think about this unfolding drama? Do you believe Harry and Meghan have been unfairly targeted yet again? Or is this the natural result of years of secrecy, manipulation, and playing the victim while hiding their own inconvenient realities? Should public figures who campaign on honesty and mental health be held to the same standard they preach? Or is this truly none of our business? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one, and I'm fascinated to hear your perspective on this royal bombshell. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any updates on this developing story. The truth about the Sussexes may be more complicated than any of us imagined, and we're all watching this saga unfold in real time. Until next time, this is your friendly neighborhood royal watcher signing off. Ta-ta, and bye for now.